Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar on how to supercharge your Oracle data using Microsoft Fabric. I'm Lynn Hibri, and I will be your host for today. In today's session, we will cover how organizations can unlock the full potential of their Oracle data by leveraging the power of Microsoft Fabric. This session will be packed by incredible insights, practical insights, real world case use cases, and live demos that will help you modernize your data estate. We are thrilled to have two expert speakers with us today. Venkat Ramakrishnan, the Senior Program Manager at Microsoft, and Venkat will walk us through how to integrate your Oracle data with Microsoft Fabric and best practices in governance using Microsoft Purview. Joining us as well is Balaji Kandragula, the Senior Data and AI Specialist at MSRcosmos, who will show us how to bring this all together through analytics, data agents, Power BI, Fabric Lakehouse, and AI Foundry. Please feel free to submit any questions you have in the Q&A panel. We will be addressing them at the end during our live Q&A session. And with that, let's get started. Venkat, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Lean. Hey, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me clearly. I'm Venkat. I'm a Senior Technical Program Manager with Oracle at Azure team within Microsoft. So I'll be taking you through a part of the journey of what are the different options we have first to run Oracle databases on Azure, right? And then what is our talk to you a little bit about our latest hero offering, the deep dive into that a bit and where all it's available. Then we'll move into a brief overview of Fabric Data Factory. We'll talk about mirroring and Purview, and we'll have a short demo. After which I'll hand over to Balaji. He will take you in depth into open mirroring and deep integration with Oracle, and also deep dive into Fabric and explore all the capabilities that Fabric has to offer once you have the data in Fabric. So Azure has been the authorized cloud to run Oracle workloads for many years now, right? So we understand that there is no one size fits all. And depending on whatever your workload is, we have a spectrum of options to run Oracle databases on Azure. Like if you want to self-host your Oracle databases on IaaS, we have an option wherein we can use Azure infrastructure as a service and host Oracle databases on Azure. We are also working with partners like Tessel, wherein you can lift and shift your Oracle databases into Tessel's database as a service solution on Azure. Finally, we have our hero offering, which is Oracle Database at Azure, wherein you can lift and shift your mission-critical Oracle databases onto Exadata hardware. We'll talk a bit more about the Oracle Database at Azure option. This is our hero option. This is the best, what we like to call as the best of Microsoft and Oracle, right? And this is what is going to help you innovate, right? So essentially, what is Oracle Database at Azure? Oracle Database at Azure is you run Oracle Cloud Infrastructure or OCI database services on Oracle's purpose-built Exadata infrastructure inside the Azure data center. With this, what do you benefit? You can lift and shift your Oracle workloads and run them on Azure, and you continue to enjoy the same features, pricing, and SLAs as you would on Oracle's cloud, right? You get the same high performance, same resiliency, and manageability on your Oracle databases as you would get in Oracle Cloud, right? Once you are able to get your Oracle database running on Oracle Exadata infrastructure and choose one of the Oracle OCI or the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Database services, right? We have a multitude of them. We have, Exadata database service, we have autonomous database service, or Exascale database service. Based on whatever you need, once you do that, you'll be able to modernize your applications, right? You can refactor your applications or move your applications as is into Azure VMs or Azure App Services or Azure Kubernetes Services. You can unlock your data by integrating with Fabric. You can use Purview for governance. You can integrate with Entra and Sentinel and enhance your security capabilities. And of course, get AI ready, right? You'll be able to, integrate, build your agents from Azure AI Foundry and use the OpenAI services available on Azure. You can get the best of whatever Azure has to offer and connect it to your Oracle database, whatever your Oracle database is. And when you do this, if you have Oracle apps, let's say you have eBusiness Suite or PeopleSoft, you would also be able to move those onto Azure. And we understand that customers need high availability and their capabilities. So our solution, Oracle Database at Azure, subscribes to Oracle MAA or the Oracle Maximum Availability Architecture up to Platinum level. And we are also enabling integrations with Oracle and OCI Golden Gate so that you'll be able to mirror or synchronize all your data with the Fabric platform too. And all of this is available at ultra low latencies because the infrastructure is sitting right inside the Azure data center. You will have sub-millisecond latencies. And the Oracle database at Azure is today available in 17 regions across the world. We know that customers across the globe are expecting this capability to be available, and this particular solution is available in 17 regions, and we have 17 more on the roadmap. So until now, we have covered the different options for customers to run their Oracle workloads, irrespective of shape and size on Azure, right? Now let's talk briefly about Microsoft Fabric. Fabric is what, we might want to think of it as the unified data platform for AI transformation. So think of Fabric as a suite of analytics tools. Whether you want to integrate your data, you want to build a data warehouse, or build a Power BI report, or analyze that, draw insights from real-time intelligence. Whatever you want to do, you would be able to do all of this in one location, Microsoft Fabric, right? And what makes this platform unique is the common elements that are shared, how you connect to your data, right? How you manage all these different artifacts in common workspaces, right? How do you move from dev to test to production? All of these are like these common aspects behind this platform. And what makes it even more interesting is that the foundational layer that is shared, right? Or the entire Fabric platform runs on one lake, and you can use one Microsoft Purview to govern all of this, and use AI to tap into build your agents and tap into all of these capabilities as well, right? So inside Microsoft Fabric, we'll focus on Data Factory, right? Data Factory offers you best-in-class connectivity, the hundreds of connectors using which you can connect to data sources no matter wherever they reside, be it on-prem, be it on the cloud, or it could be behind firewalls. You'd be able to use these connectors to connect to the data and enable petabyte scale data movement, right? And then Data Factory also includes orchestration and transformation capabilities. And at the same time, we also have a lot of deployment, DevOps, and observability, which are built in to the data into Data Factory. Amidst all the multiple capabilities the Data Factory has, in this session we are going to focus narrowly on two capabilities, which is related to mirroring. One is your mirrored database, and the next is the mirrored Oracle, which is in private preview. So we'll deep dive into that. Before we go into mirroring, it's important to understand what is one lake, right? You think of one lake as the one drive for all of your data. With one lake, you can really create AI-powered data estate to fuel your AI innovation and data culture. One lake is built to span an entire organization, right, with domains and workspaces that can help you organize your data into a logical data mesh. OneLake shortcuts and mirroring capabilities enable you to access your entire multi-cloud data estate from a single organized data lake. So with the help of OneLake, you can unify your data across a multitude of sources. Right? Whether you use shortcuts for existing data across clouds or on-premises, or you could use mirroring to add entire databases into the OneLake data estate. Moving on to mirroring, what is mirroring, right? A mirrored item reflects a complete full external database in one lake. With the help of mirroring, you can have your entire database show up completely in one lake, and it will reflect all the changes, be it to schema or to the data. There are two ways in which you can achieve this. One is through change data capture based replication, or with the help of shortcuts to an external database. These are the two different ways in which you can achieve mirroring in Microsoft Fabric. So at the bottom, you will see that in the slide, we'll have the source database, and the mirroring engine will first replicate the entire source. The entire source, or in the initial load, it will take the data, put it into the landing zone, and that's where the engine starts processing the data into into the mirror tables. The setting of mirroring is very simple. The whole idea is to make it easy for the end user. There's no coding involved. It's, as I'll show you in the demo, it's a series of clicks using which you connect to the source and then provide the right credentials, and you'll be able to do the initial load and later on to change data capture and get the data into the mirror tables. So there are two types of mirroring, which we'll be talking about in detail. One of that is database mirroring or Oracle mirror, wherein you can mirror the Oracle database or the tables. You can pick and choose the tables you want to mirror in an Oracle database and replicate the data over to the mirror inside Fabric. The other option is open mirroring. Open mirroring is essentially where we are opening up the capability inside Fabric to enable any application, right, to integrate data into one lake. Let's say you have a different data source wherein the connector is not yet available, right? Then you could use your own application to capture the change and use the mirroring APIs and send the data over to one lake. So this, with the help of Open Mirror, essentially what we're doing is we are simplifying building of, simplifying the building of custom mirroring solutions. To put it in simple words, right? You can build custom mirroring solutions and handle complex data changes, and you have the control to ensure that your data is up to date. With the help of open mirroring, the end result is you get the same mirror database, but you could use it for any source, and you could use any application to connect to the open mirror APIs and land your data in the initial load of data and the change data into the mirror database. I missed to mention the most critical part of mirroring. So mirroring is free. By that, what we mean is as part of your Fabric SKU, you'll get free mirroring storage for all your replicas that you create. So before we go into the detailed demo, let's briefly talk about governance. See, when you start integrating, bringing data into Azure, and when you start integrating the data, replicating the data into Fabric, you would need a common governance platform, which is where Microsoft Purview comes in. Microsoft Purview is the governance platform that helps you secure and govern your data in a federated manner. You would be able to do that with the help of data maps. You'll have Purview has connectors using which you can connect to all these different data sources. and you can apply classification labels, which enables you to do audits and get visibility to the data, and you will be ensuring data compliance. You can, with the help of capabilities like data loss prevention, information protection, you'll be able to secure your data. And Purview has a wide variety of capabilities there, and you can create your data catalog. You can, make sure your data is of high quality. You'll be able to take care of the health of your data estates, and whole lot of capabilities are available in Microsoft Purview. The the bottom line is, irrespective of where your data is, what life cycle your data is in, you'd be able to use Purview as your governance platform. And that is very critical when you are bringing in Oracle data into Azure and onto Fabric, right? With that, I will be next. I'll be going into the demo. So before we go into the demo is simple. All we're showing you an Oracle database. We are showing you how you can connect to it using the Fabric Oracle database mirror, and then do an initial load. Then we go and make some updates, capture the updates, and we'll show you how you can, unleash AI by using Copilot to help create queries on the Fabric side. Okay, so we'll start with the SQL developer. That's how we typically connect to Oracle, right? So we go in, and you would need this. You'll use a host name and a service, and connect to Oracle. And typically, that's exactly the same information which you will need to connect for mirroring as well. So we'll go in here. We'll pick a couple of tables, or we'll pick customers. Let's pick the customers table, and look at the data, and let's run a query. Let's do a count of the data in the customers table. This is just to make sure that we are able to load the data completely and correctly. Let's look at a sample of the data as well. Uh, I'm just sorting it so that I'll be able to do the same sort in Fabric too. Here, now we'll go here and create a mirror. You go to your workspace in Fabric, click on new item. Then as you scroll down, you will see the preview popping up, Microsoft Oracle preview. Sorry, Oracle database preview, and then you will see your Oracle database connector coming up. You will need an on-prem data gateway to connect to Oracle. This is similar to how Fabric connectors work across data sources, third-party data sources, right? And here, let's pick a couple of tables. We'll go in and we'll pick up inside. We'll go to the sales history schema, and we're picking up. Let's pick up countries and customers, and then connect to the Oracle database. Let's give our mirror a name. We'll call it Oracle Fabric Mirror Database. And here the mirror is getting provisioned. And as you can see that the initial load of data has made its way into the mirror. We can see 55,000 odd records in the mirror database. We'll use T-SQL. We'll go in and let's run a few queries to make sure whatever data we saw in Oracle, the customers table, that has come in here as well. You would see the sales history schema showing up separately inside your T-SQL environment. Go in and let's write a query. Here is where I'm not going to write the query myself. I'm going to use Copilot. So the good part about Copilot is you don't need to know how to write a query. You just go in and say, hey, get me the count of customers. Copilot will give you the query, and it will also give you good comments to go along with it. So here we have our query. Let's see how much, whether all the 55,507 records have made it. Let's do a count query, giving it for some time to execute. And yes, looks like we got all the data that was available on the Oracle customers table. Now I want to look at the sample of data. I'll give the same requirement. I want all the customers sorted in descending order of customer ID. And note that I'm not giving any column names or anything like that. Copilot is able to understand what is the column name, what kind of query that I want, and is able to generate the query, right? And then let's see whether we got the same set of records. We can, eyeball a few and see whether we got the same set of records. Yes, I can see uh, the data is there. So now it's time to make some updates. So we did the initial load. For the updates, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the customers and look at the credit limit of customers, and I'm going to increase the credit limit for some of the customers from 1,000 to 50 to, let's make it 1,750, right? Uh, let's do an update and let's commit the update as well. Go back and run our query to make sure that we don't have any other updates happening in parallel. So we have 11,334 records updated here. Now, while those records make their way, I'll go again to my Copilot. I'm not sure how to write this query in Fabric. So I just say, hey, Copilot, get me the count of customers by credit limit. And that's all. That's a simple prompt that I'm giving Copilot. Let's bring the query in and execute it. The data has still not made its way. So ideally, we should still be seeing customers with the credit limit of 1,000 to 50. And then we go back here. Looks like our data has made it. Yep, let's go back, rerun our query and see whether our query gives us the result we are expecting. Okay, while you see that, yeah, our data, all the updates that we made has made it in, and you will see that the updates are coming through in near real time. To round off the demo, we spoke about Purview. So that's something which is very critical. We can integrate with both Oracle and Fabric metadata using Purview connector-based scans. Then using data catalog, what we will do is we'll create data products by packaging data assets into federated meaningful domains for governance. Now the end users can go in and query and search for these data assets and request for data access to these data products. All of this is possible through Microsoft Purview. As you would see here, right? You can see both Oracle and Fabric uh, data assets showing up in Purview, which is what you will use for your governance. That's pretty much all I had for the demo, folks. Now I'll hand it over to Balaji to take you through the details of open mirroring and integration through Golden Gate and all that wonderful stuff.
Thank
So
you,
Balaji,
Venkat.
do you want to take control or do you want me to?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I can operate the slides from the
Cool. All right.
Teams. Yeah.
Go for it.
Thank you, Venkat. So far, we have a very interesting session from Venkat on Fabric and getting the data from Oracle using first-party mirroring. And so the second part, we are focusing on the other means of getting the data from Oracle to Fabric through Golden Gate. And then we discuss about some of the coolest features of Fabric, like shortcuts and data agents. And then we discuss about what is AI Foundry and how we can interlink AI Foundry with Fabric data agents. And then we discuss about the Power BI interfaces to OneLake and how we can leverage Copilot on Power BI reports. And then we put it all together into an end-to-end demo. So let's try to understand about Golden Gate. So Golden Gate, primarily, it's a one of the heterogeneous data replication tool from Oracle. So it supports wide variety of sources. It supports SQL sources, it supports NoSQL sources, and whether you have the data from multiple cloud services. So where I want to get all the data and replicate into one common destination, that is where Golden Gate, is popular for, right? So In this context, with the recent enhancements to the Golden Gate from 23 AI version onwards, Golden Gate also started supporting fabric mirroring. So fabric mirroring is like based upon the open delta format, right? Open Parquet format. So it's an open standard. So if any enterprise integration tools like Oracle Golden Gate, they can start developing interfaces so that they can get the data out of Oracle and landing into the fabric mirroring. So that's possible because of this open nature of the fabric mirroring, right? So Oracle Golden Gate, we leverage it to talk to Oracle database, whether the database is Oracle database on Azure, it is like a VM based, or it is like a Hexadata on a Azure service, or it can be Oracle data on premise, right? So there are various ways where no matter where your data resides on different hyperscalers on Azure or on cloud or on premise. So we can use Golden Gate to get the data and mirror it to Fabric via this open mirroring protocol, right? So that is the main advantage of leveraging Golden Gate, because it doesn't have to depend upon other tool sets. While if we want to ingest the data from other sources along with Oracle, I can use the same Golden Gate to do my job. So this explains about a typical architecture, how we can leverage Oracle Golden Gate in conjunction with Fabric mirroring, as you can see here. So once we have the Oracle Golden Gate setup, so again, this can be this Oracle Golden Gate instance might be residing close to your Oracle database, or it can be residing on Fabric, or it can be residing on the Azure in a different workspace. So no matter what, once we have the proper connectivity setup, once we have the proper interface setup, then it start talking to my Oracle data, and it will start getting the data out of my Oracle and convert that into a open delta format, that is Parquet format, and push those converted data into Fabric mirrored database. So once I have the data coming in from the
Hi,
Oracle.
Balaji. Sorry, I want to pause for a little bit here just to make sure that the audience is seeing the slides move along. What slides are you on right now?
I'm in Oracle mirroring to Fabric.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Lynn. So I can see now it's synced. So once we have the data coming in from the Oracle database and all the way through the Golden Gate, and once Golden Gate started mirroring the data from the Oracle through the network interface, now the data starts flowing into the mirror database, which is residing on Fabric. So it's like a continuous replication, right? So when we say continuous replication, whether if I have a new data coming into my Oracle, the new data coming as is will get replicated to my mirror database on Fabric. And if some updates are happened on the Fabric, right? If there is a change that has happened on my Oracle database, a table got updated or some new records got added. So all the CDCs, the completely changed data capture that been monitored by the Golden Gate, and it will been replicated to my Oracle database and my mirror database on Fabric, right? So that is seamless integration. So once we have the data that is mirrored on the Fabric, now you have the flexibility to leverage the data in wide variety of analytical use cases, whether you are doing a data analysis initiative, or whether we are doing a machine learning initiative, or whether we're developing a Power BI report. So once the data is available on the Fabric, it can be exposed to various workspaces, and it can be leveraged in various workloads on the Fabric. So there are multiple ways of doing it. So one of them, the coolest feature of Fabric is the shortcut, right? So you imagine a typical requirement, right? When my business report is getting the data from different verticals, like some of my data is coming from financials, some of the data is coming from my marketing channels, and some of the data is coming from my sales channels, right? So in a typical enterprise kind of architecture, each and every channel, they have their own warehouse residing on Fabric. So if I want to consolidate my data, if I want to talk to a sales data from a marketing warehouse, or if I want to talk to operational data from a sales warehouse, right? So this is possible by using shortcuts. So shortcuts enable accessing of the data within the fabric or outside the fabric without copying the data. That's the advantage of using shortcuts. So if I want to use a table in a marketing warehouse from a sales warehouse, I don't want to copy the data. I can just create a shortcut to that marketing table in my sales warehouse so that I can access it without copying the data. So this will fast forward the data availability, and it will enable all the access controls, and it will eliminate the unnecessary copying or duplication of the data across the board. That is the primary advantage of leveraging shortcuts. So once you have the shortcuts, then shortcuts can be leveraged into multiple uh, shortcut can be leveraged into 1 second, I think. Can you guys see my where can I access shortcuts slide?
Yes.
Yeah, we are
Oh,
on the
perfect.
shortcut slide, Balaji.
Okay, perfect. So there are multiple channels where we can access the shortcuts once they are available. So it's all about the availability of the data, right? To the engineers or the data scientists, whoever is working on the platform, how better you make the data available, the better your delivery cycles will be, right? So shortcuts can be available whether we are using Apache Spark or SQL, whether we're using KQL real-time intelligence, or whether we are using analysis services, or if I don't want to, there is a dependency where I'm using my Fabric data outside a Fabric environment. That is also possible. So Fabric is having a shortcuts API where outside systems can leverage the data available within the Fabric by using that. So that is all about the non-Fabric scenarios. Now coming to the Fabric data agents. So this is very interesting thing. Like Venkat has explained how Copilot can be, easily used on Fabric by some business analysts or by other developers who are not that much flexible with the core programming skills, and if they want to understand about the data, right? All of that can also be derived from the Fabric data agents. So Fabric data agents will create like a interactive conversational bots that can deploy on the Fabric, and they will operate on the Fabric data, and also they can operate on different warehouses. So you like the scenario which I am referring earlier. I have sales warehouse, I have operational warehouse, I have marketing warehouse. Now, if I want to, do some conversation about my data and to understand the dimensionality of the data, to understand about more, the requirements and aware about various scenarios about my data. So once the Fabric data agent is created and it got linked to all the different sources, then it's all chart interface. I can use a natural language to talk to my data. So Fabric data agent will do all the math. It will convert the natural language back into the SQL, and then it talks to multiple data based upon the question that was asked, and then it will create a SQL, and then it will hit and it will get the results, and the results are again back converted into a natural language format and present it to the user. So that's the benefit of using Fabric data agents, whether we are leveraging SQL based warehouses, or whether we are leveraging event based KQL databases. No matter what, once I have my data availability on Fabric, I can spin up a Fabric data agent, and I can create a Fabric data agent, and we can do all the monitoring, and we can do all the syncing, and then we can do all the prompt engineering to the bot. When all the hierarchy, whatever you're doing with the typical conversational bot, the same thing is possible even with Fabric data agents as well, right? So once we have a Fabric data agent, then it is easily deployable. We can deploy to other workspaces. that are available on the Fabric. And this Fabric data agent can also be accessible from Azure AI Foundry, which is outside of the Fabric environment. And we can have interaction between these two agents and develop a full-scale agentic lifecycle. Now moving on to the Azure AI Foundry. So AI Foundry is parallel ecosystem, and it was developed mainly to focus and mainly to strengthen more on the AI workloads. And whether it is agentic AI, whether it is a conversational AI, whether it is a traditional AI, where we want to leverage different AI models that are available, like whether it is open source or whether it is open AI, whether it is Hugging Face transformers, whether it is DeepSeek, all the different models can be easily engaged as part of our Azure AI Foundry offerings, right? So once we have the AI Foundry enabled, then it is having different interfaces for the developers or for the engineers who wants to work, whether they want to do directly using a web portal, or they can leverage SDKs, or we can leverage the CLI, or directly we can leverage directly the Azure OpenAI Studio, so that we can develop all the different applications. And we can leverage the existing built-in services, and it is also having a interaction to my Fabric data agents. So if I want to call my Fabric data agent within my Azure AI Foundry and do a agentic workflow here and there, this is also possible. So that's the main advantage of having Azure AI Foundry along with the data on Fabric. Now moving on to the AI agent integration workflow. So this is like an end-to-end workflow. As you can see here, there's a proper end-to-end where when a user is talking to an AI agent, and this AI agent in turn is interacting with multiple data sources. Like one data is a structured data that is purely coming in from the Fabric, and the other data can be a semi-structured data that is like whether it can be a Azure AI search, whether it can be a document, whether it is some other real-time sources in JSON data, so whether it can be different ways. So where you have semi-structured data coming in from one different channel and structured data coming in from a different channel. And I use Golden Gate to get my data from Oracle and replicate it all the way to my Fabric. So once the data is available on the one lake, then I can create a data agent in Fabric, and then I can create AI agent. This AI agent can also get linked with my semi-structured data coming from a different channel as one source, and the other source, my Azure AI agent, can talk to my data agent on Fabric. So if any user, say for example, if a user is asking a question related to my sales warehouse, the Azure AI Foundry talks to my data agent because my sales warehouse data is available on Fabric. And if the same user asks a different question on some product information or some catalog information, then my AI Foundry agent will talk to my Azure AI search and gets the answers for the user. So navigation is automated. So this is like an agentic workflow based upon the user input, based upon the user requirement. The agent will decide which channel I need to tap in, whether it is within the data within the Fabric or outside the Fabric. All of that can be orchestrated seamlessly just by providing simple prompts to my Azure AI Foundry agent, and all of that can be achieved. Moving on to the Power BI. So Power BI, like how we have the direct mode for other databases, Power BI is also having a direct lake mode for Fabric, right? It's like a direct interaction. So when you have a direct lake mode, it will eliminate the unnecessary data copy from your warehouse all the way to the Power BI, right? And also, it will enable the fast forward nature of the data access. So if any changes that got happened to my Fabric data, this data in real time is available to your Power BI reports. That is the use of using direct lake mode versus direct query mode, right? So whenever we want to do a complex calculations and aggregated reports, direct query mode is relevant. whenever you are doing operational reporting, and whenever you want to always get the latest data from your databases all the way to your business users, then the direct lake mode is recommended, right? So with all these two approaches are very much supported in a combination of your Fabric combined with your Power BI reports. Now moving on to the demo. So for this demo, we are using Oracle database on Azure, and I'm going to create a couple of tables in my Oracle database. And then we see how these tables got replicated back to my Fabric using Golden Gate. So I'm creating tables.
So shall I play the demo, Balaji? Can folks see the demo? Or should I play it?
Yeah, I think we should play it so everyone can see it.
Yeah, I'll play it. No worries.
Okay, perfect. Let's start here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Balaji.
Yeah. So this is where I'm creating the tables, like in the Oracle database. We are creating our customers table, products table, and then stores table in my Oracle instance running on Azure. We can see the table got created. Now I am importing the data to all these tables. So I'm importing like 20K records for customers. And similarly for other two tables, products and stores. So once that is done, then you can see the data got replicated here in the Golden Gate interface, where I have my customers and the number of inserts are, 20K, and then I have products for 2K and then stores for 50. So all of the data, what we have inserted back in the Oracle, they got replicated by the Golden Gate. So this is the interface, web interface of the Golden Gate, where we can see all the statistics, how many tables got mirrored, and how many got inserts, and how many updates. All the statistics can be observed, and when there is something errors you got, you can monitor, and we can observe in the logs and everything. It's refreshed and various statistics by hourly, by total, or by daily. All of the data can be averaged. And now this is the screen of Fabric Mirror database, where we can come over here and see whether the data got replicated in my Fabric Mirror database. I'm going to my Fabric Lakehouse and then Mirror database. And then I'm seeing all the replication statistics here. And if I go to my customers, I can see all the data, 20K records for customers and products, 2K records, and all of that got replicated all the way to my Fabric. So once you have the data available on Fabric, now if I want to use the data in my Power BI reports, or if I want to use my data in my data agents and so on and so forth, right? So let us see how we can leverage it. So if I want to create shortcuts based upon these mirrored tables, so these tables are mirrored in a mirror database. Now I am going to create a shortcuts for these tables in my different lakehouse. So I'm going to create a shortcut, new shortcut, and then I'm navigating to my mirrored Oracle database, and I'm selecting all the tables for which I will require them by creating the shortcuts. I have them as shortcuts in my one lake, in a different lake house, right? And also the beauty here is if I have some other sources, I can also create, like if I have some spreadsheets or if I have some CSV files for in which I want to create tables in my lake house, that is also possible. So where I'm choosing some CSV files and I'm creating them as a delta tables and Parquet tables in my one lake. So all these tables are coming from the files. So in this lakehouse, I have tables coming from Oracle as shortcuts and then tables coming from CSV files. Now I can use all these data sources to spin off my data agents are to create Power BI reports. You can see all the tables got created. And I'm loading the data for others as well. So once we have the data available, then the next part is how we can create a Fabric data agent. Let's see that in action. So I'm going to new item, and then I'm going to click on the data agent and then give a name for the Fabric data agent, like a retail agent. And then I have attached the sources to my data agent. And I have added all of these 5 tables as sources to my data agent. Now I can start interacting with these tables by natural language, and then it will do all the math and it will give us the results, and also it will give you the statistics and also the backend query that how it got generated. I'm going to ask another question, so on and so forth. The conversation will continue. So once we are satisfied with the behavior and the performance of the data agent, then we can publish the data agent. So it's like publishing, then it will be assigned an endpoint, and this endpoint can be leveraged by other instances. So in this case, I want to leverage this endpoint in my AI Foundry AI agent, right? Where we can see all the properties, and we can just give a name and then save it. Now, in this case, as you can see in the AI Foundry, I am adding a knowledge source. In the knowledge source, I'm selecting the Microsoft Fabric. And in the Microsoft Fabric, I'm going to provide all the connectivity details. So I'm going to provide my workspace ID, artifact ID, and then whatever properties I saved while creating the Fabric agent, right? That information, that connectivity information I need to provide here. And then my Fabric agent got attached to my Azure Foundry AI agent. Now let us just try in the playground by asking some question on the AI agent. Now the AI Foundry agent is talking to my Fabric data agent and giving the answers. Similarly, we can also attach other sources to my Azure AI Foundry. Like if I have a catalog, or if I have my semi-structured data like a PDF document, I can attach to that and I can start adding that to my AI Foundry. And based upon the question, now the question asked is like give details about some organic collection, right? So this is not related to any data. This is related to some PDF document which got added to this AI Foundry agent. Now the AI Foundry agent is talking to the source and it is giving the answers. So based on the question that got asked, it will automatically refer to multiple agents and knowledge sources in the backend. Now, when it comes to the Power BI, once the report got added in the direct lake mode onto the one lake, and once the report got published, right? If I do any changes, like this is where in the Oracle, I'm doing some changes to my data. And let us see how this changes to my customer table. I am updating the last name of the customer, right? And then let us see how these changes will get replicated all the way to my Power BI report. So it's a change for this customer. I'm just changing the last name to Kumar. One row got updated, and this can be observed in the Golden Gate. The number of updates increased to 3. Then if I refresh this report, and you can see in the first name here, it will get updated from transient to. Okay. So this is how the seamless integration of the CDC happens from your Oracle all the way to the Power BI report. And when it comes to the Copilot as part of the Fabric capacity, then once the Copilot is enabled by the tenant, then Copilot is available on the report It's like a conversational bot. Any user, they wants to understand the semantics of this report by like a conversational agent. They can ask the questions, and the agent and the co-pilot will talk to the report, and it will give you the answers in a natural language. That's how, we can have the benefit of this end-to-end scenario, starting from Oracle data all the way to your Power BI and AI agents served through Golden Gate Open Mirroring. Over to you, Venkat.
Cool. Thanks, Balaji. Can you guys see the slide for Oracle Golden Gated Azure? Is that what everybody's seeing? Okay, cool. So we spoke about Oracle database mirroring, which is within Microsoft Fabric. We spoke about that. Balaji explained about leveraging open mirroring with the help of Oracle Golden Gate. In that, the architecture that Balaji was explaining, you saw that Golden Gate is running on Azure VM on Azure. Now you can have Golden Gate running on an Azure VM, or you could have Golden Gate running on premise, or the customer could choose saying that, hey, I want to use Golden Gate as a managed service running on OCI itself, right? So these are the different ways in which you can run Golden Gate today and replicate data over from Oracle database or any other database that Golden Gate supports into Fabric, into the mirror database of Fabric. However, we have been getting a lot of customer questions, a lot of customer demand for being able to run this Golden Gate as a service on Azure. So as part of the hero offering that I was talking to you about initially, the Oracle database that Azure offering, we are going to have Golden Gate at Azure, and which is coming in Q4 of this calendar year. So when we make that available, Golden Gate will be available as a service on Azure. You will be able to procure Golden Gate the same way that you would procure an Excel data service. You will go to the marketplace and you will start using Golden Gate as a managed service. So that's something which is coming. We got a lot of customer demand for this, and that's how we are enabling this. Just wanted to make sure that I share that with you. The point is we want to meet customers where they are at, and whatever options for whatever type of database they have, whatever type of integration they want, we want to have solutions available for customers. A host of reference material for you. You can go to azure.com/oracle or oracle.com/azure. We have technical blogs available and learn documentation. We have landing zone accelerators to learn about Oracle at Azure, Oracle database at Azure, to learn about the mirroring fabric or integration, all the capabilities. We have listed down all the links to those reference material here. Please do go through them and reach out back to us in case of any questions. Please do join the Oracle Database at Azure community on LinkedIn. The QR code for the same is given here. I'll turn it over to Lean to take all of you folks through the last section of the presentation.
Thank you, Venkat and Balaji, for this valuable insights and live demos. We've seen how Microsoft Fabric can seamlessly integrate with your Oracle databases and how governance tools like Microsoft Purview can ensure data security and access control. And Balaji also showed us how these capabilities can power real-time analytics through Golden Gate and Fabric Lakehouse. To our audience, thank you for spending time with us today. I hope you are leaving with valuable information and ideas that you can take back to your team. And as an appreciation for the time spent with us, we are offering the following. Microsoft Fabric 60 days free trial for the F64 capacity valued at $17,000. We're also offering the trial for the open mirroring for Microsoft Fabric for Oracle Golden Gate or MongoDB and others. And we're also offering an exclusive access for Microsoft Private Preview for Fabric mirroring for Oracle databases or PostgreSQL. I hope you take advantage of this offering. This will help you modernize your analytics landscape and jumpstart your analytics modernization. I know we are on the top of the hour, so we didn't have time for Q&A, but if you have any additional questions or would like a one-on-one session, please reach out. We are happy to do so. Along with the offering, we're also offering the Microsoft Fabric Readiness Assessment to help jumpstart your analytics modernization. And with that, on behalf of Microsoft and MSR, we thank you for your time, and we are looking forward to continuing the conversation. Have a great day. Thank you.